India is now changing its strategy against China, and both are increasing their troops and sending towards the India-China borders. The reposition of the troops comes after August 31st of 2020, a new Faceoff Clash. The Indian government said it had established and chased away Chinese army near the Pangong northern bank heights near the Finger area. This comes at the time that China and India are still talking about vacating the Pangong Tso area and going back to the old position where China stayed inside its border. According to the news published by the US News, already Chinese army moved its troops to the Finger areas. The new tension turned as a face-off and the standoff have to be known to Mr. Xi Jinping, the president of China, because without his conscience, nothing goes through the military level in the PLA. As the Indian military was well prepared to face any miscalculation from China or Pakistan, and that is what happened on August 30th of 2020. As soon as they saw a large number of Chinese troops moving towards the area, Indian troops late Saturday night and early Sunday morning occupied many of the peaks in the area in the preemptive mode. Still, the brigade level talks between India and China are going on are not coming to any decisions. While these are going on, India blocked 118 another sets of Chinese mobile apps and games, which includes India's popular gaming PUBG. India already accusing China of preemptive move on Saturday night by the China. China accuses India of crossing into Chinese border and establishing a post in the Pangong Tso Finger area. In a major build-up, the Chinese army has deployed more Chinese tanks and infantry forces in the South Pangong region of eastern Ladakh. India, on the other hand, already deployed its heavy tankers T-90 and upgraded T-72M tanks, as already India has established and captured new heights near the Pangong Tso. China is trying to find any other way to infiltrate into India. According to the Chinese mouthpiece, the Global Times, China will retaliate for its move on capturing major heights. Both the Indian Air Force and the Chinese Air Force are continuously patrolling along the India-China border with radar planes and fighter jets. China has now ramped up its military assets near the India-Nepal-China borders with land-to-air missile systems. As the Chinese Air Force bases are pretty much far and low altitude, in this, India has the upper hand with its high-altitude Air Force bases, which all are in the high alert all through the North India. India's Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, on Thursday said Pakistan could try to take advantage of any threat developing along India's northern borders, but warned that the Pakistani army would suffer heavy losses if it attempted any misadventure. India now changing its strategy from defensive to offensive. That's what India is showing after the August movement. While China's Global Times says India used the pressure from the US military in the South China Sea on the China to take its advantage. India dominates a Dumchak and the Chumar area, giving soldiers a clear line of sight to the Lhasa-Kashgar highway, a critical artery for the PLA logistics supply. While China is blaming India for the aggressive troop movement on 30th August, China is stepping up its game by increasing its land-to-air missile bases near India. So what do you think of India and China moving and ramping up its air forces and land force near the India-China border? Will this anytime soon get to a battle-like situations? Indian Navy and the Indian Air Force conducting massive drills and holding a large meeting on the next step against China in the Ladakh and the Andaman Nicobar Island regions. Indian governments connect 7 Chinese firms linked with Chinese military. Indian Air Force to conduct two-day commander-level meeting to discuss the deployment of the advanced Rafale jets, which is coming this month of July 2020. Also, the main event of the discussion is about the situation in the India-China border. As India's defense minister said, the talks are not guaranteed for peace. As of now, China refusing to leave the East Ladakh region of India. Air Force have deployed an entire fleet of most advanced jets of Mirage 2000, Su-30, MiG-29 along the China-India border. Even the Apache helicopters are also fully deployed along their border. To add strength to the Indian Air Force, India gets the Rafale jets in few days' time. It has long-range air-to-air defense systems, which will be a bigger boost for the Indian Air Force against China and Pakistan. India plans to induct the Rafale along with the Russian fleets. Along with the Indian Air Force, the Indian Navy conducts a massive military drill in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands near the Malacca Strait. The drill includes the Indian Navy battleships, frigates, submarines, and destroyer ships. Already, the US Navy is conducting a massive military Navy drill in the South China Sea with USS Nimitz and USS Ronald Reagan aircraft carrier in a rare dual drill. Also, India has sent its Eastern Naval Fleet Rear Admiral Sanjay Vatsayan and the battleships along with it to the Malacca Strait region. When US Navy conducting a massive drill, India too now joined them, which indirectly both countries giving a big message to China. As Andaman and Nicobar Islands has all three military services of India, one of the former Indian ambassadors said in his policy brief, India should open up the islands of Andaman and Nicobar to the friendly navies countries such as the US, Australia, Japan and France. Some analysis wants the Quad headquarters to be set up in the islands. Indian government has identified 7 of the many Chinese companies in India are allegedly or directly or indirectly having the connections with the PLA or the Chinese military. The companies includes big names like Alibaba, Tencent, Huawei, and India Steel Limited. The 2018 study already found that the startups of India are controlled by the Chinese investments in the category of social media, e-commerce, and content making. Indian government is yet to decide what to do about the Chinese companies having a link with the Chinese military. So what do you think of Indian Air Force and the Navy conducting a massive drill along with the US Navy against China? Can India stop the Chinese companies' investments from investing in India?
Post your comments below, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and follow us on social networks and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. This is WC Daily. Think big, think different. Bye.